Okay. Alright, there we go. Fucking...
Gotcha. Now get hunting.
I fucking hate my controller because it's like a slight divot to the the right.
Hello. Which
Okay.
quest would you like?
I'm just not gonna stream it to Discord just in case that is another
Okay,
accomplice as well. Sadly,
that's fine.
just to limit my GPU usage. Even though it's like right now it's just at 76, so it's not super crazy, and that's the thing. And it's only like 29%. Like, albeit I'm only in like
GPU
the...
76 isn't very bad, I don't think.
Yeah, that's why I'm like confused of why it's like so...
Good luck out there.
It just crashes every time. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make an assignment for you, actually.
Yeah.
You don't need to put it anywhere crazy, but just keep an eye on this, like, GPU temp, I guess.
Sure.
And then you can just let me know if it, like, because it should still show, like, what the last thing you see is, I guess. Like, roughly
Yeah.
temperature-wise. So if it's, like, nowhere near GPU, at least know it's not the GPU's problem. It's something else.
Alright, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the GPU, because it's already 77, and you're, like, just, like, fumbling with some menus right now, so... Like, 76 is, like, what I get when I play Baldur's Gate 3 on max settings plus co-op while having, like, a stream in the background, dude.
That's
So I
concerning.
suspect it might be that.
Do I have anything else open? Like a... I have a video. That would fucking help. That's gone. Anything else that would contribute to that being lowered? Other than that... Other than OBS and Monster Hunter Rise, I have a tab, like, in, like, my, like, Opera GX, but that shit's, like, turned, like, all the way down, basically.
Yeah.
Like, let's see. Let me, like, minimize the amount of memory it gets. No memory. And no GPU processing there. Also, for good measure, let's also limit the fucking network RAM limiter. Let's also limit network as well, because fuck it. Lower it to 1 megabit per second. There. For good measure. So basically just limit fucking everything. Because fuck it. Okay. Now let's do a quest again. And if it crashes again, I'm gonna cry. Especially if it's not GPU. Because if it is GPU, I would just need to clean it out more, which I'll probably just do over, like, the weekend or something. And this time my ass is gonna be, like, 10 times more fucking thorough with it as well. Is that a fucking Rajang? I hate it here. Okay.
Also, side note, but I don't want to like commiserate too much with my math situation. But when it
Yeah.
comes to that like one person or whatever, I think my rule going forwards, because I think like hard ghosting is like kind of a nuclear option because I don't know anyone else who's doing that really. Although obviously I'm not running around and asking.
Yeah.
The rules are that like you're allowed to. Our university policy in this case is you can exchange answers, but you always have to show your work, and showing answers in a vacuum is almost worthless. So I
Mhm.
will give answers if need be, except for coding assignments. Because if he doesn't know the material, then my answers are worthless, and he can't really do anything with them.
Yeah. That's fair. Fuck, I didn't expect him to. I didn't expect her to fucking turn. I hate it here. I'm not looking too much at GPU right now. I'm more so looking at chat more so in
Yeah, I
case
mean,
other
right
people
now
come
it's the
in.
same thing, high 70s, so it's stable.
Yep, stable quote, I guess. That makes sense.
I mean, it's a little toasty, but it's not insane.
Yeah.
Um,
I know for when I play Overwatch, it's usually 80s, so
Yeah, Overwatch seems to put everyone's GPU on blast. I'm not sure why.
but to be fair, that's like I'm fine with it being 80 because I'm like I'm not doing anything in the background, and the highest I've seen it like run is like 88 or something. So,
Yeah.
which to be fair, I do have like max settings. I could just lower the settings if it's that bad, but I just don't because I'm stupid. I could also technically lower the settings for this, but it shouldn't. Like this game like runs on a Switch, it should be fine. Even if it is like 60 FPS in comparison to Switch. I don't know how much difference 60 FPS is going to change a game in terms of graphic processing. I cut their tail apparently, sure. I'm not gonna complain. Ooh. Okay. One thing I do wish that was in Rise that's not in World is set bonuses. Set bonuses in World were pretty cool. Ah, fuck, I missed. Fuck. Ow. I missed. I'm gonna see if I can get OBS to also show, because it shows my CPU usage. I was wondering if I could make it show my CPU, GPU.
I mean, I'm
temperature.
looking at it right now. CPU temp, I know Mist said was dependent on getting programs running. GPU temp is 78 right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
GPU temp has been just like a flat line, basically.
Yeah, that's what I expected, because I'm like, it's not too crazy.
Yeah.
I would expect it to, like, I don't know what would alter it is the thing. If I get... No. I want to confirm the crashes are not GPU dependent if it does crash, so... Unfortunately, you're going to be watching stream for Monster Hunter, sadly, so... Which I feel bad for, because I don't want you watching, like, Monster Hunter to figure out a problem that I should know by now, sadly. But I just want to rule out GPU as the main factor, basically. Because, like, I've looked at, like, system shit, and I'm like, it's either drivers or GPU. And I'm like, I updated the drivers, so either the drivers are fucked, or it's the GPU that I just need to be more thoroughly and clean out more. Which, to be fair, I don't have compressed air, which could help, so it's called
Yeah,
I just wait to get
when you do the
compressed
compressed
air.
air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure everything is off, because a single spark while that shit's running could be, like, disastrous.
It's called I unplug that shit and make sure there's no power, so... whenever I clean out my PC, I always make that shit is, like, off. Like, completely off, so... So that shit does not happen. Also, I'm kind of going nutty with this fight, actually, low-key. Ooh. Okay. Monkey. Yeah, that's about right. Maybe like around like here or something, or like if I'm like going in and out of zones very fast, that might be my other guess.
I'm still not sure, because it's like 79,
It's
creeping
just
toward
like
80, so
yeah.
maybe that's the thing. It is slowly creeping upwards, but like
I don't
actually,
like that.
okay, here's the thing. I remember Mist saying that higher GPU temperatures on your hardware might not be as good as it is for some other GPUs. Because I know some GPUs can run like into the 90s and shit. Like my laptop had a GPU that would run into the 90s, although I strongly recommend against that ever happening to your laptop, by the way.
It's not a
But
laptop.
anyways,
It's not a laptop.
yeah, I know.
So.
Um, but the point is just like 80 would be fine for some things, but bad for others. So I
Yeah.
think it might just be that. But that's weird because my GPU gets that hot sometimes and it doesn't have issues. I don't know.
Not sure. That's why I'm like, I just don't know. I just want to figure that shit out. So it's like, is it the GPU or is it something else that's at play? I'd just rather know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm streaming my fucking what's it called? Task Manager. So that if it does pop up and I just disappear, you can at least like see the last frame of it, I guess, basically.
Yeah.
So you can see if it was GPU or not, or if it was just like, okay, it's been like at that temperature for like a while now, so like maybe it's like whatever, I guess. I don't know. There's no fucking spikes. Hate it here. Is there like any other armors that are like good? Well, there's like Mitsu, but that's fine for now. Alright, I'll try Rathian, Rathalos, I guess. Which is just Rathian, but red.
Here's the quest list.
And flies. Alright, let's try Rathalos again, because I know I got my ass beat last time. But I have better armor now. Slightly better armor.
I'm just messaging your friend. I apologize. I'm gonna mute.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry. Holy big Rathalos. Jesus. Ow. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Ow. Ow. There we go. Really. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Nice fucking Rathalos plate, Lamau.
Also, your GPU temps seem stable. Apologies, I'm just like writing a lot of stuff down right now.
Yeah,
I'm
it's all
also...
good. Don't worry. I mean, you told me that you were talking with a friend anyway, so it's all good. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, unrelated, but the thing you told me about yesterday, understandable, 100%. Like, if I didn't already said it, like... like, I would say the
Dude.
same shit if that happened to me, too. Be like, yeah, no, I cannot, man. I'm sorry.
That was the most... Yeah. That night was the most I ever slept in my fucking life. Because... I'll put it this way, right? It's like, I went up, this was supposed to be Thanksgiving, and the entire time was derailed. I had to frantically search around and see if it was just, like, a genuine, like, allergic reaction, or if it was just some, like, sort of, like, stress response, or, like, some making contact with, like, latex, because this person's allergic to latex, for reference, I think.
Yeah, that's not fun.
And
I know someone that's, like, allergic to... I know someone that's, like, allergic to, like, gluten. Like, I'm talking, like, deathly allergic to gluten. Like, they touch it, they die type shit. and that shit is never
Yeah.
fun. So
They're like that with peanuts and stuff as well.
Mm.
So like we were trying to figure out like, oh, what food could you have eaten recently? What sort of like cross contamination could you have done? Because to make things even more annoying, the main work they do is they prepare like the pre-made foods you see at like supermarkets and stuff. So
yeah,
like they're handling like dozens of types of food. So we had to go through everything, see which things were made with what oils. They had to take like a shower, and I just had to impatiently wait. Had to see if there's an allergic reaction to animals. Uh, we
uh-huh.
were settled on there being like a slim but non-trivial possibility was an allergic reaction, and since it was Thanksgiving, anywhere that wasn't a hospital had like a 90% chance of being closed. We didn't want to go to a hospital because you already know the jokes about American healthcare.
Oh
So we
yeah,
went to a bunch of urgent cares and a bunch of CVS's. We went to like 4 or 5 of them during like abhorrence traffic because it was like after Thanksgiving dinner, so that's when all the relatives are driving back to their places. Uh, Also the roads were icy, which is fun. And then yeah, we grabbed some Benadryl because apparently that actually provided symptom relief.
yeah.
And then
That's what
by the
it's known
time
for.
that
Yeah,
was all wrapped up, the Thanksgiving thing was already over. I originally was going to plan on staying there the entire night just to make sure nothing went wrong or whatever, but complications with how the parking garage I was at with this place meant it would be easier for me to drive home and just drive back if I happens to need to be there tomorrow, and like they'd pay me back or something for all the inconvenience, I guess. But
yeah.
like that didn't pan out. So then I just went home. But because it was so icy and shit, I ended up having to take the back roads, which increased the length of my ride back from like a little over an hour to a little under 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like,
Oh yeah, that's right. Like roads in like America are like way too fucking like long and shit, right? For like places to go
American
and all
roads
that.
can be really long. Like there were multiple points where I was on the same road for about 15 miles.
Yeah. Gotta love America, where like everywhere you go, it takes fucking forever to get there.
I mean, it's not even that. It's just America's big.
Either because of traffic or it's fucking way too big.
Yeah, America is really big, but like I live in a pretty densely packed state. Like Connecticut is pretty dense.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I live in like a decently sized like city, at least like compared to like other like places in like Ontario and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not like Toronto, for example, where literally it's like millions of people live here, for example, type shit.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, one thing I do like is like it's not too big of a city where I'm like I literally cannot fucking get past like people can just not get past traffic and shit like that. Where traffic is literally like hated type shit. Instead, people just hate construction because that shit just takes
Yeah.
way too long here, which is really funny. Like it's so bad, literally just people just call it like construction season. I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. There's construction fucking everywhere type shit.
By the way, when this fight ends, I'm gonna grab some like snack food because like I
Oh
want to
yeah.
grab some food, but I'm gonna wait till you're like not in a chaotic part of the fight so that I can, that way the odds of your computer dying are lower.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Also, so I can actually keep an eye on it too, just in case. So.
Yep.
Uh... Oh yeah, I did play a bit more of Arkham Knight, by the way. I got to like
Yeah.
the end of Ace Chemicals. It literally crashed while I was about to talk to Scarecrow there. I'm like, damn, that's fun.
Damn.
It is fun though. I do like
Oh, it's the best.
yeah, I do like the fear takedown systems and shit. That shit's pretty fucking lit.
It
I
is.
finally have the combat down pat for the most part. When I played Arkham Knight for the first time, the fucking, like, tackling dudes threw me off super hard. Because I was like, wait, what fucking button do I have to fucking press for those bastards? So... Because normally you just press X, and it's like, oh, you just press X and you, like... Or you just jump over them and type shit. Meanwhile, in this, it's literally a button press. I'm like, a separate button press. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, the fear takedown system's pretty cool. It's fun for predator encounters and shit. Plus the enhanced like battling like shit, like the throw counter is pretty fucking hype too. I think the only negatives I have is, unironically about the car, as much as it's memed on, it's literally just the car, man. I can't. Like, it's just so much to deal with in the game. Like, I understand it's like a main part of it, but it feels like it's just a separate part of your body, and I'm like, I don't like that.
Like, it feels like relatively disconnected from it. I totally agree. It feels in large part because they felt obligated to include some sort of major new system. And it's like, if you're making a Batman game, like, what other shit do you add? Like, I guess you could like add a greater focus on like other characters and stuff, you know, but like that's not really a
Well,
new
that's
mechanic.
the thing. They were, but they just decided, no, let's add the car. And I'm like, you don't... Like, I'm gonna pause it here, by the way, just because I don't want them to wake up. But dead ass, if Arkham Knight just added like the fear takedown systems and shit, it would be 100% fine. Honestly.
I agree.
I 100% believe that would just be absolutely fine. Like, it would absolutely make sense. Like, oh yeah, he just gets a fucking doped up fucking armor set that has armor fucking plating and shit that just makes him 1,000 times more fucking terrifying. Instead of like, I guess like, I understand that like, oh, you can have like cars and shit, but I'd rather that just be its own thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like way separated. But no, you have to take that shit fucking everywhere with you. And I'm like, why? Just why? I'd rather it just be like outside of where you go, or you like use it like outside in like Gotham or whatever as like an alternative way of travel and stuff. Like if it was just that, it would be fine. But no, they literally make you bring that shit everywhere. Also, hi Pojo. I literally caught me in the middle of a rant. But how are you doing? But deadass, like if they just made it that, it would have been absolutely fine.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like if you're the developer, think about it from your POV. It's like, okay, Arkham Origins comes out and, well, okay, it wasn't received as warmly for Knight for a lot of reasons, but the main one was, sorry, not as warmly as City, but the main issue was just that it was more Arkham City. So the thing you're probably most terrified of doing is making a bigger Arkham City, when in truth that would have gone over way better.
Yeah, true, actually. Either that, or just, like, Origins, actually. Like, not even as a meme, because that would have been more accurate for the time. Because Origins is, like, like, I already explained, Origins is literally my favorite Arkham game, so...
Yeah, but that's, like, not a commonly held opinion.
Yeah, it is not, sadly. It just... I'm sorry that my opinion is true, and that you're afraid to hear it, Lamau.
Yeah. I mean, I think if they wanted to have something feel... If they wanted to keep the core gameplay and stuff, but just have it feel different, I think I would have just changed the structure a bit. So it's like, it's open world, but has longer... I don't want to call them dungeons, but like the linear content and stuff that you would see in some areas like Origins and stuff. So I'm thinking like, in Origins, like the area where you have the penguin that escalates to the Deathstroke encounter, which is largely self-contained from the rest of the game, or like that big hotel climb you do where you find Bane and Joker at the top or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, if they had more stuff like that, then that would feel more distinct than just pure open world stuff. Most of City's content, if I remember right,
City's
that's not
content,
true, actually.
a lot of City stuff is like, oh, hey, here's like a bunch of shit happening, which, to be fair, Knight does do that sometimes. Like, let's just ignore the fact that I've done most of the open world stuff that I could do at that point in the game, but anyways, it's more so if it was nearby and closer to me than the objective, I would do that shit first, so.
Yeah. I don't know what they could have done, because I just realized what I'm describing they already kind of did with the other games anyways.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, honestly, they should have just played it safe.
Yeah, the car is cool, but I wish that it wasn't just a main mechanic. Also, one minor nitpick I have, I hate that Detective Mission's not on LB, like, literally every other game. Like, it really wants to hammer home that the car is the main focus, but I'm like, I really do not like the car that much, dude. I'd rather it just be like, I'd rather it just be literally anything else, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Cause like the D-pad is like dedicated to so much shit, and I'm like, why? Just dedicate it to like gadgets, like every other game.
I don't even remember what the controls for Arkham Knight were. I'm weird.